Hi, my name is Jeff Guin, and for the last 3 years, I've been helping people advocate for their cultural heritage by building trusted relationships on the web. One way to do this is by fostering online communities that help people discover the benefits of engagement on their own terms. For my own organization, this has meant a larger audience that advocates for us and for the cause of heritage. Now, for all of our talk about transparency, building relationships with people is still key. These relationships are critical in the case of historic preservation, where costs are high and resources are limited. An object doesn't contain value just by virtue of its age. The Rosetta Stone is ultimately just a stone. Its shared story is what added a whole new dimension to our humanity. The web is perfect for sharing these kinds of stories, but our audience in heritage preservation is a little more comfortable communicating face-to-face. And the everyday people who are engaging on the web often feel left out of the conversation. Yet heritage values are why we're all here, striving so hard to make our voices heard in the world. So my dilemma has been how to connect online with an audience that isn't quite there. But given my organization's small size and national role, how could we afford not to try? And how could we engage important audiences that are on opposite ends of the spectrum? We help them meet in the middle, step by step. Even when you feel that there's no one out there who can speak this new language, engage anyway. We started internally with continuing training series featuring new media experts. These people keep our staff grounded in the principles of social networking. These experts also have strong connections to some aspect of their heritage, so we're gaining powerful audiences on the web even as they teach us how to engage in the spirit of openness. Now, my role in the heritage field has been to help people find their own voices online by connecting them with others who share similar goals, and to help them understand that trust is built through sharing on a peer level. This means respecting the fact that people have different comfort levels in beginning with new media and meeting them where they are. This was especially true early on with our local audience in the small town of Natchitoches, Louisiana, which also happens to be my hometown. It's a place rich in history with about 30 active heritage preservation organizations that partner effectively. It gave me my sense of heritage values, and I wanted to give back something that would provide a safe and simple way for these people to start communicating online. So we collaborated on a community-driven site focused on local projects like the crisis recovery of museum contents after the Kate Chopin House burned in 2008. This inspired small towns in other states to build similar sites, and that got me thinking. Connecting a community that shares a geographic identity is one thing, but now we have the ability to create global communities around ideas. I created Voices of the Past as the common ground where heritage professionals could take their first steps toward adopting social media, and enthusiasts could really begin engaging around heritage topics in a relatable way. This collaborative multimedia site also promotes those who have found their voices to communicate heritage online. Those people are contributing content to the site as well, like Scottish archaeologist David Connolly, who video blogged a month-long excavation in Jordan, discovering ancient tombs and Roman milestones along the way. Even as these networks began to grow organically, I knew the audiences needed a bridge between the new media and the old. So for the Hometown Network, I started writing a weekly column for the local newspaper about heritage issues, including updates from that website. For Voices of the Past, we've partnered with the local university journalism program to give our media production values similar to what people expect from their local news stations. It's been a lot of work, but we're all inspiring each other to add value to our local communities in the real world. The relationships emerging from these networks have had a big impact on my own organization as it engages online. Many people are visiting our site and connecting with our content. And for the first time, we can go to preservation conferences and people know who we are. And that connection extends beyond that audience. Recently, a law enforcement officer from Wisconsin contacted us about a preservation technology they had heard about on our podcast. We were able to provide him a key piece of evidence to help him solve a cold case. And now the FBI is trying to adopt the technology. You don't have to totally change the game to make a tangible difference in the world. You can get recognition just by being out there and not giving up. So whatever you're doing today is making history. So many of our ancestors have faded into the past, never having had an opportunity to make their voices heard, yet they still made it possible for all of us to have the capabilities of finding our own voices today. That's a legacy that's worth passing on. Thank you.